Hi, this is Tara McCormack, and this is the card we're going to be making today. So I'm going to go ahead and get started right now. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to see all the pieces that we have. Everything should be in your white envelope. You're going to have a piece of Night of Navy. You're going to have shimmery white cardstock. It is a little bit different color because it shimmers, almost impossible to see on the video. You're going to have a piece of Whisper white cardstock to go on the inside. This will be your piece of Old Olive to go on the outside. And that's about it. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of Night of Navy and we're just going to fold it in half. And when we do that, we have what's called a bone folder. And you're going to just rub that bone folder right on the crease to make a nice crease, just in case you don't have nails. Okay, and then we're going to kind of set this one aside. I'm also going to set my envelope aside, my ribbon aside, and my other pieces, and I'm just going to focus on this piece of shimmery white cardstock. The first color I'm going to stamp with actually is going to be Baja Breeze. And I'm going to take the largest flower out of the Fifth Avenue floral set. And the reason I start with the largest and go smaller is because it's easier to find those little holes with a smaller stamp. I'm going to ink that up real good. Then I'm going to stamp a little bit off. And I'm going to stamp a little bit off up here. Maybe I'll go one just tiny corner. Okay, and I'm done with that color. The next color I'm going to take is Night of Navy. And I'm going to stamp this flower. And then the next one I will take is the Old Olive. And basically with the Old Olive, I'm just trying to kind of fit it in the holes. So I kind of want to stamp here, and maybe a little bit here, and here. And it's okay if it overlaps. That's kind of the whole point of this card. Okay, so my stamping is done for that portion. Then I'm going to take my Whisper white cardstock, the one that's a little bit larger. I'm going to go back to my Not Quite Navy, or not Night of Navy, sorry about that. And I'm going to stamp these corners. And that is almost all the stamping we have to do. Actually, I'm going to leave this color out, sorry. And then I'm going to take my Note of Thanks and I'm going to stamp it right here on the bottom. Then I'm going to take my scallop edge and I'm going to line it up right in the middle. I'm going to punch, move it over to the side to line it up the holes on the pattern on the bottom. Then I'm going to switch sides and do that exact same thing. Line up the holes and do it. Now this punch is retiring, so your last chance to get it is now. It'll be gone as of May 31st. Okay, now I guess it's time to put our pieces together. So, I'm going to put this piece on the inside first. I'm just using some snail on the back. The reason I'm using a piece of Whisper white on the inside is because when you use a dark colored card, it's kind of hard to see the writing that you want to make on the inside, so this makes it a little bit easier. And evidently I have a little ink on my hand. Then I'm going to put this one down. And I'm just going to measure it so it just sticks out a little bit. So I can just see the Night of Navy on the back. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to tie a knot in the middle of my bow, or in the middle of my ribbon. And then I'm just going to put snail on the back of this. I always like it so the knot's up, so I'm going to put it that way. I'm going to stick it down. And before I stick the old olive down, I'm going to wrap that ribbon around the back. So then it looks like the ribbon is part of the card. Put a little adhesive on here, or snail. And then line that up at the bottom. And there is your finished card.